Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as we winter sow lupin seeds. So let's go. I've been winter sowing for a number of years. In fact, if you're looking for the who, what, when, where, or why of winter sowing, I have a whole playlist on this topic. What I'll do is put a link to it up above as well as down below, so be sure to check it out because there's a lot of great information out there. I can't take all the credit when it comes to winter sowing. It was invented a number of years ago by a person named Trudy Davidoff, and because of her, a lot of people have started winter sowing. There are a lot of different ways you can winter sow, and there are a lot of different seeds that you can winter sow. So definitely experiment with the process. I feel gardening is one big experiment. I'm always learning from it. And when it comes to winter sowing, I'm always learning from that as well. And based on that, I adjust what I've learned year to year to really try to hone in and perfect the process the best that I can for the seeds I'm starting and in the climate that I live in. It's so important to be a steward of your own garden. You can always look at different resources, learn from those resources, but then take what you've learned and adjust it in your own space. That's what I try to do in my garden, and I found that I've been much more successful that way. When it comes to winter sowing, you usually want to wait until the coldest part of the year, wherever it is that you live. So a normal guideline is to wait until after the winter solstice for the northern hemisphere. But that date is an estimate. You might have to wait a little bit later, or you can start a little bit before that. It really is based on your temperatures where you live. Where I live here in New Hampshire, it is very cold. Now, I'm not telling you my zone because it's not based on zone, it's based on my climate. The daytime temperatures are usually about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. The nighttime temperatures have been dipping down in the 20-degree Fahrenheit range. So what I'm saying is when it comes to winter sowing, you can start once your nighttime temperatures are consistently below 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And well, we've been below 50 degrees Fahrenheit at night for a number of weeks, so I feel very comfortable starting this process now. I love winter sowing a ton of different seeds, but the number one type of seed that I really love to winter sow are perennial seeds. And the reason is not all, but many perennial seeds need a cold period. That's also called a cold stratification period. It's a period of time for that seed to be cold in order for it to break dormancy and germinate. And well, when it comes to perennial seeds, that period of time can vary from seed type to seed type, so always do your research. Something that's also important to know when it comes to starting perennials from seed, you want to be patient. It can take quite a while for those seeds to not only germinate inside of your container, but also then for those plants to become bigger, more mature, and eventually bloom for you. In fact, sometimes when you start a perennial from seed, it might not even bloom for you until year number 2. You know the saying, sleep, creep, leap. That's exactly what perennials do. My expectation when I winter sow perennial seeds is that the first year, they'll germinate, but the plant will pretty much sleep. But by year 3, that plant will really leap for me, and that's my goal. I love lupin plants. I think they're so beautiful in the landscape, which is why we're going to be sowing the seeds today. Now, I'm not going to do a full lupin plant profile, but if you want to know more about the plant, I'll put a link to it down below as well as up above. You don't have to use something like a milk jug. You can use whatever you have handy. Just make sure that it's translucent or clear and allows light to come in. You also want to make sure that it holds 4 inches of soil. This milk jug definitely can hold 4 inches of potting mix. I'm going to mark it right here just to give an idea of where we're going to be cutting the milk jug. I like to use heavy-duty tin snips or cutting shears, but you can also use scissors. Whatever container you use, make sure there are drainage holes in the bottom. What we'll be doing is we'll be cutting almost all the way around, but not completely around. The reason is we want to use this section right here as a hinge, and this right here will be the handle so we can open and close our little mini greenhouse. In the spring, on the cold days, our mini greenhouse will be closed, and then on the warmer days, we can always open it just so that the seedlings get a little bit of sunlight. And then at night, when it's cold again, we can go ahead and close it. I'll be using potting mix. You can use used potting mix, or you can make your own potting mix. You can even buy your own potting mix. The key is to not use seed starting mix because it dries out too quickly. You also don't want to use very heavy garden soil because it doesn't drain well. The key is whatever you use, make sure that it's pre-moistened. And then you can press down just to take out any possible air pockets that might be in the potting mix. Here are some lupin seeds that I collected. Lupin seeds need darkness to germinate. we'll be sowing them about a 1/4 inch deep. I'm just going to use the back of this marker and I'm going to make little holes in here that are about 1/4 of an inch deep. While I'm doing that, I want to share some things. The first thing is, usually when you start lupin seeds indoors, you might need to nick the seed or soak the seed. The great thing with winter sowing is you don't need to do that. Mother Nature will help you out and take care of all of that. My experience has also been that when it comes to winter sowing lupin seeds, they're not that hard to then basically tease apart and plant out in the landscape. Whereas sometimes when you sow the seeds indoors, they might give a hard time because they don't like to have their roots disturbed. The next thing I'm doing is I'm going ahead and just covering the seeds up. I will share that I've had lupin plants drop their seeds and no one is out there covering those seeds up and the seeds germinate just fine. So if for whatever reason you sowed your seeds and you didn't cover them up, I feel pretty confident that they would still be fine and germinate for you. And not only germinate for you, but that then the plant would anchor itself and root itself into your potting mix. But since it is a larger seed and I've researched it and it says that it does like darkness to germinate, I feel comfortable just barely covering each of these seeds. I just made a label and marked it with lupin mix on it. The reason I'm adding a label on the inside of the container is just in case the label on the outside of the container gets worn off. You don't have to buy any sort of special labels. I just had these on hand. You can always use used yogurt containers and cut them up in strips. You can use plastic knives. Use whatever you have handy. The key is make sure you add a label on the inside of your container, just to be safe. Even though our potting mix is pre-moistened, we're going to go ahead and give some water. I have a small pump water sprayer here, and I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I'm going to water it generously. The big thing with winter sowing is you don't want your containers to dry out. Eventually, what's going to happen where I live is my containers are going to freeze solid. So I'm not going to need to water them. But where you live, your containers might not freeze solid or get that cold. It's very important to continue watching your containers and checking for moisture. And if you haven't had moisture, you need to add it so that the seeds and the seedlings don't dry out. I'm just wiping the outside of my container because it's wet and we're going to be putting some duct tape on here and I want to make sure that it sticks. Now we're going to close our container. I have duct tape. You don't have to use duct tape. Some people like to use painter's tape. Other people like to punch a hole and use twist ties to close their container. And then there are other people that like to cut all the way around, take the top and basically nestle it into the bottom. Personally, I've always just used duct tape and it works for me. I also don't use duct tape all the way around my container. I only place it in a few areas, just enough to hold the container shut. I've had a lot of success with that, but if it makes you feel comfortable, you can definitely duct tape your container or tape it all the way around. Now, if these were, let's say, annuals that cannot take cold at all, maybe then I would be duct taping all the way around. But these are hardy perennials and they should be totally fine with cold coming into the little cracks here. Time to label our container. I've been using garden markers for years and they have worked for me. I don't recommend using something like a Sharpie because with the rain or the snow or the UV light, it might wear off. Other people like to use something that's more of an oil-based pen or a pencil, and that's worked for them. I'm putting the name of the seeds or the plant on here. I know other people like to put a number system, so they might say 1, and then on a piece of paper, 1 is equal to lupin mix. Another milk jug or container might say 2 on it. And then on the piece of paper, 2 equals delphinium. Do whatever works best for you. And I'm going to mark it on a few places just to be safe. Years ago, I used to write on the container itself, but I've learned that I can reuse my containers for a couple of seasons. So for that reason, I like to write on the duct tape itself and not on the container. And now this container is ready to go outside in a full sun area where it can get rain or snow in the hole on the top. When it comes to your winter sown containers, there's a chance that they're going to topple over or fall down in the wind. So you want to make sure that you're corralling or putting all the containers near each other. And not only that, maybe put something around them. Surround them with some sort of heavy bags or bricks or whatever you have handy so that they don't fly away in the wind. So when you think about it, if you have something like a milk jug and it ends up falling over on its side, Now, no rain or snow can come into that hole in order to water the seedlings or the seeds that are in there. Along the same lines, you want to make sure you're placing your containers out in the open. You don't want them under any sort of overhang, eaves, covered porch, because if you do that, rain or snow is not going to get into the holes that are on the top of your container. Different seeds will germinate at different times. My experience has been annuals tend to germinate first, the perennials germinate a little bit later. We can't control it. Those seeds are going to germinate when the time is right for them. And that's based on soil temperature as well as other conditions. And you and I can sow the same seeds on the same day, but the seeds are going to germinate on whatever day that those seeds are ready for them to germinate. So just be patient. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever winter sown lupin seeds? And if so, how did you do with the process? And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.